light. The moon marks her passage silently, watching with the eye of night above us all, hiding in plain sight, keeper of the night. Moonlight, guide us home tonight in shadow. All are one. Take shelter from the world above, in safety and in solitude. The sisters wait. Shades lost and ever wandering, stray
We gotta let this song play, and then I'll be here.
Come, O sailors, hear my music, echoing through sea and coast. Bring your holy to my harbor, join that teeming rest below. Down, down, King of bones with the coral crown. Drown, drown, save your breath, 'cause tonight you're gonna drown. Gods and witches cannot tame me. Curses are my endless muse. All who hear me, prince or pauper, this shall be their final cruise. Down, down, King of bones with the coral crown. Drown, drown, save your breath, 'cause tonight you're gonna drown. Come to me, my tasty morsels, always room for Make yourself at home, my darling. Take a dip and stay a while. Down, down, King of bones with the coral crown. Drown, drown, save your breath, 'cause tonight you're gonna
Oh my gosh, I made it in time. Holy Stromboli. Ugh. I was sitting here with 10 seconds left on that song and realized I didn't bring my coffee in. It's just a shitty grocery store coffee, but like, I still want it. I was like, can I get it in time? I did. I literally scrambled back here. I know. Running for coffee in this heat? Disgusting. Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Oh my goodness. Finally some relief. It feels okay outside. Everything's still sticky. but it's not nearly as bad. But of course, today they had to update us that 2 weeks from now we're going to have an even worse heat wave for 5 straight days. So, it's fine. Enjoy it while it lasts, they said. Enjoy it while it lasts, they said. Hunker down and have a good one, guys. I know. Awful. Anyways, I hope any of you guys who are stuck in hot nastiness, which it sounds like everybody is, I hope you're staying safe. I showed my mother-in-law the hack of taking the ice from the freezer and putting it behind the fan. She was like, "That's so smart." That was me. That was the NVIDIA app. But it was my computer, so I'll take responsibility. Working in this heat has not been fun. I can't even imagine. I can't imagine. I know. I was also thinking this. I was like, okay, my kid has school, so we can't just ditch. It's literally the last week of school, but maybe the second she's out of school, we could just vanish somewhere. How hard would it be to just vanish for a couple of days? Just not be here, you know? Yeah. So, but hey, we don't want to talk about that. You guys want to know how the Hades concert was. It was amazing. So we got invited by Twitch to come out for at the Royal Festival Hall in London. They were doing an orchestra of Hades music, Hades 1 and 2, and then once we got there, they revealed that they were also doing some Transistor and Bastion music. I'm not sure if they did anything from Pyre. I didn't recognize it if they did. But it was awesome. It was so good. And I cried for a lot of it, which was so embarrassing. I'm not embarrassed to cry. It was the fact that I had literally zero control over it. Because I think it was a combination of a lot of things, okay? Because we were really excited to go, and then stuff started to go wrong. Okay. The trains are having a bunch of issues because of the heat. Again, just because of the heat, everybody's uncomfortable and disgusting. We're hearing that people are passing out and having to be like evacuated from the underground, right? We had a childcare situation where it was unclear if we were going to actually like have the childcare that we needed. And I was stressing out big time. And at a certain point, I was like, we just won't go. I'm just not going to go because this is just, it's sounding like I'm going to be miserable the whole time. Like it's just not worth it. It's not worth it if I don't know if my kid's fine and I don't know if we're going to be able to even like get around and get there in time. Anyways, in the end, my mother-in-law was like, you need to get out of here. Like, your kid's gonna be fine. You and Sam need to get out of here and just do something, the two of you. It sounds like you're gonna love this. Just go and figure it out. So we did. My father-in-law offered to take my kid fishing. And she had an amazing time, and she also stole a bunch of the bait in secret and put it in our house to keep as pets because she felt bad that they were being used to catch fish. Any of you who know my kids' long storied history with bugs, this was not surprising to me at all. It was weird to walk into her bedroom and have her be like, "Mommy, have you seen my new pets?" And her arm was just covered in like tiny little worms. I was like, okay. She was like, "I stole them from Granddad. And they told me that I needed to set them free. And I said that I did, but I didn't." Like, okay. All right. Well, Talk about that later. Anyways, so so she was fine. She was fine. And we figured out a way to avoid a lot of the like areas that the train was having issues with by just driving halfway to London and then taking a train the rest of the way. And that worked out fine. So everything, aside from just being sweaty, literally everything yesterday went totally fine. And I think I had this like, when we were finally sitting down and I knew everything was fine and the music started, I had this like huge emotional release of like, oh my God, I'm here. And I get to like listen to the music and like have a nice time. And then our partner manager, was the one that invited us, was like, by the way, we got invited to the after party, so you'll get to like meet Darren Korb and stuff if you want to. The second they started playing music, crying immediately crying. And Sam was like, are you okay? he kept like reaching over and touching my leg like, are you crying for a good reason? What's happening? And I was like, I am crying for a good reason. I am happy. Look, I'm like tearing up remembering it. It's so stupid. But yeah. It was like once I started crying, I literally couldn't stop. So I was just sitting there blubbering, and all I could think to myself was, thank God they're not pointing, because they were live streaming it. It's like, thank God they're not pointing the cameras at the audience. I would get memed immediately. I don't know what I looked like, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know, dude. I don't want to know. But it did get to the point where I had like a lot of it had worked its way out, but it would be really clear because they had all of the like actual voice actors and singers from the games, right? So if you knew what they looked like when they came out, you would have kind of an idea of what song was going to happen. The first part of the show was Hades 2, and then they did Transistor Bastion, like other games, and then they did Hades 1. So depending on what section of the show they were in, you could guess what song they were going to do. And there were a couple of times where I was like, hi, I'm going to cry. I started just warning Sam, like, I'm going to cry. It'll be good crying, but it won't. I'm going to be sitting over here crying. So just be fine with that. Yeah. So imagine a sobbing daughter in the audience. Like, no one needs to see that. Nobody needed to see that. Nobody needed to see that. So it was awesome. It was lovely. It was so great. And yeah, I got to like actually talk to and interact with a bunch of people. I didn't get to meet Ashley. Ashley wasn't out by the time we needed to leave. Ashley hadn't come out, I don't think. So I wasn't able to gush over her and be like, I love you. I was so embarrassing also. I tweeted about this, but like I was getting so nervous, and I didn't ever used to feel super nervous meeting people regardless of how like famous they were. But I think it's been so long since I've been in a situation like that I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna talk to anybody, I don't think. And then my partner manager was like, you have to. You're in the same room as them. You have to. And he wound up being the one who was like, Darren, you did amazing, man. This is Brooke. And I was like, hi. And I told him that I loved his bolo tie, and then said that I loved his music. And then Sam was like, she cried through like the whole show. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Shut up, man. Dude. I know. But it's fine. It's the truth. I was like, I'm upset that he said that, but I won't apologize for it. And then he was like, "It was lovely to meet you. I'm desperately trying to find my mother." I was like, "Okay, please go find your mother." Yeah, and then Colin was there. Um, uh, Apollo slash Alfino. And he did fucking amazing. He like really held his own up there. He did so well. And so I drive by told him that he did great because I kept avoiding him. And then on the way out, I was like, I'm gonna just really quickly tell him that he did awesome. So I did. The person that I talked to the most was, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on her name. The voice of Malinois. She was so sweet. She was really, really sweet. And I was telling her that I don't know how it was on the live stream, but at the actual show, I couldn't hear her as well as I could hear everybody else. And I couldn't tell if that was a microphone issue or if it was like her projecting differently from everybody else. But they, because of an issue with the live stream, they redid Judy Alice Lee. Thank you. I kept thinking Alice, and I was like, but that's not her first name. They redid the first song, the Silver Sisters song. It was the beginning of the show, and I guess at the beginning of the show there was an issue with the live stream, so they redid that song at the very end. And at the very end, she was bumped up a lot, and it sounded great. So I told her, like, I felt like it was harder to hear you, and I was really happy that I was able to hear you very clearly later on in the show. And she was like, thank you. So that was sweet. I tried to say hi to Erin and tell her that I thought she did amazing because she like she wasn't just singing, she was also fully acting up there. But she was kind of insulated. She had like a little group that she was talking with, so. But yeah, so I got to be really awkward with a bunch of people. A bunch of people that I honestly never thought I was gonna talk to ever. So I'm very happy. My Birds, is that who you're talking about? I mean, yeah. Hercules, he wants you to know he's there. He's desperate to tell you. We hear you, Hercules. He's literally right outside my window. So is Rodney, the turkey. So it's like crowing and gobbling constantly out there. But it's okay. They do a lap. They'll start moving that way. Hercules? He's a rooster. It might not just be you. In case there are a few people here who haven't been here in a while. I live in England now. I'm on a farm. We have a bunch of animals. And I have an 8-year-old. And I think that's it. I didn't bring Mini Mushy. I didn't bring Mini Mushy. I'll have to go grab Mini Mushy in a little bit here so you guys can see her. We're doing a campaign with Makeship, so we've got a stuffy of Mini Mushy, and she's so cute. I love her so much. And we're like, last time I checked, we were almost halfway funded, which is amazing because it's been like 2 days. Let me see. But it's really cute. She's got a little sign. One side of it says, I think you're doing great. And the other side says everything is awful. So depending on how you're feeling that day, you can change your sign. Clark was like, why does she have an everything is awful sign? I was like, you know, when you come home sometimes and you're like, this was the worst day of my life. Then you can have mushy suit the vibe, you know? Mine will be default on awful. No. We're at 98 sold right now. Hold on. I think it's exclamation point plush. Yeah, thank you. Somebody did it already. Yeah, we're almost halfway funded, which is amazing. We've got 20 days left, so plenty of time if that's something that you wanted to grab. But I'll snag her in a few minutes here, and you can actually see it. I do still have Sherlock and Watson. Yeah, I'm surprised Sherlock is still around. He's had a little tumor situation going on for a while now. Yeah, it's a limited plush because I've never done a plush with them before. So I think by default, typically their campaigns are like order within this window sort of thing. Yeah, because we did Geekenders in the house. So Watson was saying hi. Oh, one sec. Actually, this is a perfect time for me to grab Mini Mushy, so I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Hercules was attacking me because he's a butthead. Okay, hi. It's Minnie Mushy. So she looks like this. She's so cute. And she's got her little coffee mug. I guess it. No, this makes the most sense. She's got a little coffee mug. And then she's got a sign that either says, "You're doing great," or "Everything is awful." And you get to decide. I'll put it on "Everything is awful" right now. Not because everything is awful, just for a change of pace, you know? Yeah, it's all detachable. It's all Velcro. So she's got little Velcro hands. We redid this situation a couple of times because I was like, I have a vision here. Originally, I wanted her to have an actual whiteboard. Originally, I wanted her to have like an actual whiteboard, and they were like, I don't think we can do that. So instead, we did a sign with 2 vibes. Over 100 sold. We're over halfway. Yay! Yay! Very excited, Minnie Mushy. She's so cute. I love her so much. My kid keeps trying to steal her, which I get. I know. I was like, the cool thing about it being Velcro is if you're crafty, you can just make a felt thing and put a little Velcro dot on it and make her other accessories. I pitched an idea that the cap would double as like storage for accessories. But it didn't work. Remove the cap and have an eye abomination. That's phase 2, Mushy. You could add magnets. You absolutely could. You can do whatever you like. Little felt eyeballs to put all over the place. Little eyeballs underneath in there. Just a little bit disconcerting. Only a tiny bit. Can I invest in mini mushies to fund my retirement? I don't think they would do much for you. But feel free to snag as many as you like. I believe they ship worldwide, but please check. They've got a section of their FAQ that is about all of the places they ship to. So there might be a list. Sorry, the second that I go outside, I'm like wet. It's nasty. If you do exclamation point plush, here, I'll put it in the title. There we go. Ugh. Yay, thank you guys. Thank you so much. We sold 105. You can also pin the plush message on top of chat. Look at the big brain. Look at the huge brain. I forget that pinning is a thing. I forget about that all the time, and I really should commit it to memory that I can pin stuff to the top. But chat never reads pins. Damn. Thank you. Yes, there's 20 days. There's no rush. You have a bunch of time if it's something that you would like to grab. I do. I'm a good boy. I agree that pins are hard to notice, and I think it's because whether you're light mode, dark mode, whatever, it kind of in a weird way blends in with the top with the stuff above chat. So it kind of visually feels like chat starts underneath the pin. And I wonder if they had them stand out more before and people pushed back on it and said, I don't want it to be like obnoxious. And they went too far the other direction. That's also true. When you're reading chat, you're looking at the bottom. Conditioned to not look at the top because Twitch is throwing random shit up there all the time. Also that. I wonder if you could do a thing where it's like, if you have a pinned message, if you could build something, Olivier will be able to tell me immediately, I'm sure. If you could build something where if you have a message pinned, it can have whatever your current pinned message is pop up on stream occasionally. And if it's been unpinned, then it just doesn't show anything. You think you could make that? Yeah. Really? Okay. Interesting. I know you'd have to be careful with it. So so it's not obnoxious. This is the tightrope. Is we were talking when we were talking about like promoting our stuff on Geekenders when we had Babs on. A bunch of people in chat were like, "Yeah, Dodger and Jesse are really bad for this. They don't promote nearly enough." But like but it's hard to know when promoting stuff gets annoying. You know? It's hard to know. It's really hard to know. And I think I was watching a video. It might have just been a short, like a TikTok or something, but Tessa Violet was talking about this, that like because she, has fully is only music now. But when promoting her songs, she is constantly posting the exact same like snip of songs, using the same stuff, redoing the same posts basically. And she was like, I have to promote my song because algorithms suck so bad that you have to assume that every time you post, only like a few people are seeing it in comparison to how many people could potentially see it, right? That's the other thing is some people will find even the smallest thing really annoying and distracting. And for other people, it's like, whatever. Henya had her plush spinning in the corner of the whole stream. That's really cute. We could definitely do that. I thought about having Mini Mushy just kind of like peek up occasionally from like different sides of the screen. But then people aren't actually like seeing the plush. Just like, what the fuck is that? But I don't know. I like it. I also pitched a like, because people like to do like weird little plushy ads. I pitched an ad to Sam and he thought it was funny. So it's a good bit, but it's not good promo. What if she slowly popped up but she did this, okay? She slowly popped up and then this we erased this and it said exclamation point plush and then she vanished. Here's the pitch. Here we go. Terrifying. Why? Here, you can just have her hold it like here. So wait. Oh, come on. Come on, Mushy. She pops up. She's got like a little thing here. Exclamation point plush. And then she vanished. And then she vanished. No, Sam cut his hair. Sam cut his hair to like here. And trimmed his beard. He was like, should I cut my hair? He was asking me over and over. So we were looking at like pictures of like shorter hair. Cause I was like, I think shorter hair would be a lot easier to deal with in this heat. I think if you're gonna have shorter hair, summer is the perfect time to cut it and like keep this short because you're just gonna be too warm, you know? Oh my gosh, my nose. Mm-hmm. I think it wound up looking really cute on him. He said it was a bit shorter than he wanted it to be, but I was like, his hair grows so fast. It's like bangs, right? If you get your bangs cut to the exact length that you want them, you're gonna blink and suddenly they're too long. I had thought about that too. I have a green screen. It would be easy enough to just take a picture of Mushy and then have like my model holding Mushy or whatever. But anyway, yeah, I was talking with him about because when he first started growing out his hair, it was that like Avatar Sokka style, right? Where like all of this was long and all of this was buzzed. Um, and then he decided he wanted to grow this out. So then he had like weird fluff here and really long hair up here. And then eventually it got long enough that he was able to get a haircut that like started training it all to the same length, right? But this is the shortest his hair has been in years. Years. Huge difference. So I think it's a combination of like it's shorter than he was thinking it would be, but also it's just shorter in general than he has been used to in forever. How did Clark react to Sam's haircut? She didn't even notice. She came home and I was like, "Did you like Daddy's hair?" And she was like, "Oh, yeah, but he had to tell me that he got it cut because I didn't realize he had it cut." Because everything around his face is the same. It's just it doesn't continue, you know? So she looked at his face and was like, "That's my dad," you know? I just got past the awkward side shave grow out stage. I want to lob it all off, but not deal with the fluff again. Yeah. Forever ago, Telly did like a little buzz at my nape, and that was awesome. But even that, growing that out sucked. Look, with all of these stories that are like, I cut my hair and my child sobbed for 3 days, you know. I cut my hair and my kid didn't even notice is the better option, I think. Yeah, like Free is saying, as a young child, I cried when my father shaved his mustache and beard off because I didn't recognize him. You know, fortunately, we've never had that situation. Even when Sam like did a really drastic beard thing, she recognized him just fine. She wasn't upset, but I cried when my mom got glasses. Look, when I got the really short hair, my kid was like, doesn't suit you. I love kids. I'm also really bad at recognizing faces, which, again, not to backtrack, but yesterday, being in a room with a bunch of people that I adore, I was also like, but what if I approach the wrong person and say, like, I loved your singing up there? And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was legitimately very scared about that. No, as a reminder, chat doesn't get to make mean girl jokes about my kid. Jesse knows her. He can make the joke. People who don't know her can't make mean girl jokes about my child. It's fine. I'm just a general reminder before people also did that after you. You can make bug necromancy jokes about my kid all day long. That's fine. No, but okay, the other one was because there are so many bugs because of the heat wave. So many bugs are coming in the house. And she gets really upset when the moths die. She doesn't care about the flies, which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure the bait that she kept from the fishing trip are turning into flies. I'm almost positive. But anyways, she gets really upset about the moths, and she found a moth in the sink, I think, and was like, oh my god, there's a dead moth in the sink. And she pulled it out. She did the thing that she has always done, which is she pulled it out, she put it on a paper towel and was like, I think it's gonna be okay. And I immediately was like, I think it's dead. And then she went to school, and when I came back, the moth was upright, chilling on the paper towel. And I don't understand. I don't know what kind of weird power my kid was gifted, but she does it. She's always done this. Always. She finds bugs that I'm positive are dead. Although through this, I have learned a lot about how ladybugs just kind of like go into dormancy for a while, because she kept finding ladybugs and I was like, they literally are not moving, honey, but they were fine. They were just asleep. And then the moth said, this mortal skill is limiting, as moths do. Yeah. I kept snails as pets as a kid. I'm assuming she's also had a snail phase. Slugs, not snails. She's never been into snails. Don't know why. I think the shell makes them cuter, but she loves slugs. And if she thinks something's going to happen to a slug, she gets really upset. Yeah. Keep in mind, we have gardens, so my mother-in-law fucking hates slugs and will do anything to kill them. But my kid will save them if she can. We have, times of the year where there are just slugs everywhere, especially at night. And she'll just pick them up and try to put them somewhere that she thinks is safe. What are the natural predators of slugs? If you have ducks around, they'll eat them all. The problem is ducks also shit everywhere. Ducks do be stinky. They're cute, but they stinky. I think I want to start up a wormery again because it was very sad when all the worms died in our compost thing. I'd like to do that again though. Also, my mother-in-law for her birthday, her kids were like, "We'll get you some more chickens." She was like, "Thank you so much, guys. That would be really lovely." And then went to them and was like, "I've decided to not get chickens. I'm just going to get more turkeys." Cuz the turkeys are so sweet and cute. Um so I guess we're going to have more turkeys. And then yesterday I was showing Sam all of the farm pigs in the area that are on like adoption websites. I was like, there's so many pigs that need adopting. What if we adopted a couple pigs? We don't have the new turkeys yet, but they won't be eggs. Oh, do you mean are the turkeys laying eggs? Yes, but we don't eat them. How big are the pigs? Oh my god. I have no shoes on, but they're like longer than my wingspan, and then probably about this big. They're big. They're big girls. Yeah, they're big pigs. They're very sweet. I love them very much. And they're so smart. What do you do with the eggs? You let her keep sitting on them because otherwise she'll get depressed if her eggs disappear. You can like do things like replace them with rocks. You can like there are fake eggs you can give them, but we're not eating them. We're not eating them. So there's not really a point. Might as well just let her keep sitting on her eggs. We do have a male turkey. They could potentially be fertilized. They haven't been though. So oh yeah, the pigs have broken into Sam's office before. I don't know if that was on camera or not, but a pig has fully just walked into Sam's office before and he was like, "What the fuck?" The birds have come up here. The turkeys have come in here before because they can climb the stairs. Yeah, because pigs are really smart and they figured out how to open the gate. So they just left the field and walked out. And we're like, "What are you doing? What are you doing in here?" Which is adorable, but they're gigantic. So it's not like you can just pick them up and be like, "Back to the field with you." You have to figure out how to lure them back. No, my office is on the second floor. Sam's office is on the floor. How come you're not eating the turkey eggs? We have so many chicken eggs, there's no reason to. None of the chickens are broody, none of them are aggressive about them. So, we've been eating all the chicken eggs. Yeah, we have tons. Like, my mother-in-law gave me a basket this big full of eggs yesterday. We have plenty. Why does this keep screaming? Oh. So my kid had a popsicle. This is so funny. My kid had a popsicle and she likes to do what I think a lot of us do with popsicle sticks, which is like break them and like mess with them if she has nowhere to throw them away, right? So, um she snapped a popsicle stick so that it looked like a crown and then left it on my sister-in-law's windowsill. She just told me this morning. Left it on her windowsill. And she was like, "I left it there because she's a princess and she deserves a crown." I was like, "That's so sweet. Did you tell her that you left it there?" And she was like, "No." Like, okay. It's in my mind, I was like, so my sister-in-law probably got home and was like, "Clark leaving garbage on my windowsill." So I messaged her. It's like, "Just so you know, Clark turned a popsicle stick into a crown for you because you're, quote, a princess. She wasn't just leaving garbage in your house." And she was like, "I gotta be honest with you, I have not even found that yet. So now when I do find it, it'll warm my heart and be very sweet." "I discovered you via a Vintage Story VOD. Your room vibes are immaculate. Thank you so much." Thank you. I used to have a little chair back there. But I let my kid have it because it was just room decoration more than anything. I wasn't using it very often. And she wanted like a little thing to curl up on in her room, so I threw it in there. But thank you. Yeah, I enjoy it in here. Hold on. You can see more of it that way. Actually, that is better. Hold on. Yeah, that's fine. It was a beanbag, yeah. Is the other half of the room pretty barren? Yeah. Well, again, and I don't want to start the whole thing. I don't want to start a whole thing here again, but I would still love to put a wall here. Don't. Don't. Don't start. But I do plan to build a wall here to split the room in half. Not the long room discussion. We're not. There's no long room discussion. There isn't one. Whoa! I started losing weight last March. I'm now down 165 pounds from 345 to 180. You must have worked so insanely hard. Well done. I hope you're feeling good. Don't start DIYing. It never ends. Oh, I've been DIYing. I got a stencil of like a design that I really liked that I would love to paint on our door. And I was like, I'm just going to trace it. Like I'm just going to trace it onto the door in like a light colored pencil or something. And leave it there, and that way it'll give me an idea of if I like it instead of just committing to like fully painting the thing, right? And if I like it, then I can choose colors that would be nice and whatever. I have tried so many things to get this stencil to show up, but I think because the paint that I'm stenciling it onto is so dark, like I kind of have to, I can't just lightly do it, I guess. I have to just like commit to something really bright in order to even tell that it's there. And so part of me is like, then I might as well just fucking paint it. I tried chalk. I tried just pencil, obviously. I've tried a silver pen. They don't show, nothing shows up. It's too dark. So I'm like, well, those are the things that I would know how to remove if I don't like it. How much budget Dodger reserves for art supplies? You know, um I have 100% reached the point where I'm like, I need to use what I've got. I'm that way with our pantry right now as well. I've been making some weird shit. And I was talking with my kid about it, and I was like, this is because we have a lot of weird stuff in our pantry that needs to get used. My mom says that about the wool stock, and then she buys more. Yeah. Oh, but stuff like leather offcuts is so hard because you're like, right, but like these are basically garbage, and I could turn garbage into something beautiful, as though nobody else in the world wants leather offcuts, but we know the truth that plenty of people could use leather offcuts for things. Like, this is different though. These are scraps. Yes, I should be able to just be here normal tomorrow. Can you hear them? They're just screaming now. They're just having fun. Chickens will do this like when a chicken is laying an egg, sometimes the other chickens in the flock will like make a bunch of noise along with her, like in like weird support. So sometimes all of the chickens just start screaming and you're like, I guess someone's laying an egg. I guess. Yeah, like moral support clucking. Exactly. Yeah, they just all go, ah! Sure. But yes, should be back to regular streams tomorrow. Um the week after is our next heat wave. I'm going to try to figure out how to set it up in here where it would be safe for me to stream in here. If not, then I might need to adjust the streaming setup at the other computer. The other computer is just kind of just it's not as good. Yeah, another haha. It's the last week of school, at least here. Last week of school. Next heat wave. So tight. Anyways, I think I made the right call this last week not streaming or only streaming a little bit because I truly was miserable. I think I was saying this on Geekenders, but on the Wednesday, I guess the first like really hot day, I was like, well, I told Chad I wasn't going to stream, but I should really use this time productively, right? Like I should still be trying to do stuff for work. So I did. I was trying out some like different stuff that I wanted to do. I was trying to learn a new program and like all of these things, but the big thing that I did was go outside a lot, like an idiot. And then when Sam was up to start his stream, he was like, "You look miserable." And I was like, "Yeah, I have the worst headache and all of my skin is like red, but not burnt, just red." And he was like, "You need to lay down." So I was taking picture. I think I have a picture. Hold on, I'll show you. I'll show you what I was looking like last week. So I showed this to my brother and he was like, "Oh my God, is that a sunburn?" And I was like, "Nope, this is just what I looked like. This is just how I looked last week." Really cute. Can you see how red I am? Bright red all day long. I know. And again, it wasn't a sunburn. That's just so yeah. So Sam was like, "I'm really concerned that you've given yourself heat stroke, so I need you to just lay down." So I did. I had a headache for 2 days. I was red basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But what are you gonna do? It was hot and I was nasty. Yeah. So Thursday, I mostly just slept. I mostly slept and I didn't really feel bad about it. I felt like I fucked up trying to get shit done on Wednesday. So Thursday I slept. Friday I felt a lot better. So I mostly took it easy because I knew I was gonna have to do Geekenders later. Not if I had said to Jesse like, "Hey, we have to reschedule our guests, so it's just gonna be you and me," but honestly, like I'm not doing well, it would have been fine. But I figured I can do Geekenders. So so yeah, but it sucks. It sucks now going, okay, so I have to prepare for a longer version of that in a couple of weeks here. How can I safely work? How can I safely work in that? What do I need to do? So yeah, that's the other scary thing is trying to make sure the animals are okay. Peach is miserable. We do have our little AC unit that we just keep in the one room. So she literally sleeps in there all day long on the hot days. And then yeah, I've been just trying to make sure everybody's got water, that the pigs have everything that they need because pigs do not deal with heat very well. Yeah. Yeah, very hot. But it's okay. It's okay. I've got 2 weeks. Well, I've got like a week and a couple of days to figure out how to make it more bearable in here. Can samoyeds be shaved? Would it grow back weird? It would grow back weird. They tell you to never ever shave a Samoyed unless you need to. So she's had parts of her shaved because she had those leg surgeries when she was little. Um, but because of their like undercoat situation, their hair would grow back super weird. And it's not I mean, I'm sure for some people it would be an aesthetic concern. We obviously wouldn't care, but the real concern is that they use that coat to regulate heat and cold. So if it grows back weird, it makes it harder for them to like maintain their temperature. Yeah. It was so neat to see you were also at the Hades concert yesterday. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah, we were talking about it a bunch at the start of stream. I was saying how I sobbed through like the whole thing and and then Sam told Darren Korb that I sobbed through the whole thing and I had to just eat that. I had to just eat that embarrassment. I'm sure someone like him is told that all the time. I'm sure so many people constantly are like, "Your music is incredible. It makes me cry," you know. I'm sure that that's like not a new thing to hear. But that's the thing, right? Is so we have the one little air conditioner and again, we just keep it in one room. Um and otherwise, we just have a bunch of fans and it's hard. Originally, we were like, we should just get a bunch of little AC units. But then we're like, Jesus, you know, the environmental impact, the impact on our bills, like can we cope with just the one area being cold, you know? So far it's been okay, but yeah. Yeah. I was surprised my mother-in-law had never heard of that, of putting ice behind the fans. She was like, because like there's a tray inside of our freezer, right, that all of the ice dumps into. So I just put that behind the fan, and she was like, "Oh my god, actually feels okay in here." And she was like, "Oh, but then the ice melts." I was like, "Right." And then you put it in the freezer, and once it's completely frozen, you have a gigantic block of ice to just do it with again. She was like, "Oh, oh." I don't know that that's technically a swamp cooler. It is elements of a swamp cooler for sure. My nephew is the king of swamp coolers. He made like 4 in their old house. Hey, Albie. How are you, man? Have you guys looked into ductless AC units or mini splits for certain rooms? I've never heard of that, to be honest. I don't know what a mini split is. Can't sleep. No. I lived in Kuwait for a year. Our AC didn't work well, so we would soak our sheets, put them in the freezer, and then lay on them. Oh my God. That sounds amazing. You've seen them in anime, probably. Oh, the things that like go above the, like on the ceiling. It's good and energy efficient. Hold up. Hold up. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Sold 112 mini mushies. Thanks, everybody. Everything isn't awful, actually. You're doing great. Thanks, Mini Mushy. Okay, anyways. uh bro, Tell me why the first result when I type in mini split, this isn't a YouTube video, okay? This isn't like the very first thing is the top 5 miniature air conditioners. The number 1 pick will surprise you. Stop. The clickbait is killing me. Daikin, UK. Oh. Oh. I shall look at these later. Thank you. We had one in our large workspace. It made what was unbearable heat during the summer super cool. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. You can heat and cool the office. Guys, might have to look into this. Guys. Also, thank you so much to the person who says I look exactly the same as I did a long time ago. I disagree, but I live with myself, you know. What are we getting? I missed it. We're looking at mini splits slash ductless AC, which is supposedly more environmentally conscious and works very well. But I have not done that research yet. I've just opened a bunch of tabs for later. For later, Dodger. Our power went out for about a minute yesterday. It was the longest minute without any fans. Our power keeps flickering. I don't know if that's a heat issue or just a farm issue or both, because as you guys know, the farms sometimes just but in the house occasionally our during the heat wave our power's been flickering and I've been like, don't don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, the heat caused a transformer station near me to explode. Damn. Well, yeah, so I guess heat can cause electrical problems. Clearly. Fantastic. My cat litter is on the way. Mhm. Oh my goodness. Anywho. Yeah, it's, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you're right. The big concern really is like, can my kids sleep? Which the answer is no. I had so many work things line up for this week. And I had gone to them saying, "Hey, just so you know, we're about to have a heat wave and I don't know what the situation's going to be." And then it turned into there were 2 different sponsorships where I was like, "I need to move this to next week because uh my kid cannot sleep." My kid can't sleep. This whole week has fucked up her sleep schedule so bad. The earliest she fell asleep this week was 9:30 and the latest was past 11. Like it's just and this is in the room with the AC. This is what I'm saying. Like it's not a cure all, you know? It it's fighting back as hard as it can. So, if she can get to sleep and if the animals are okay, then we're chill. But yeah, it's so hard with kids. It's so hard with kids. You're like, I know you're uncomfy, but I still need you to go to sleep somehow. No, no, some of them just couldn't be moved. So I missed out. I missed out on 2 sponsored things. We managed to do one. We did do one. We did Dim Haven, which was fun, by the way. I want to do more Dim Haven. And then one got moved, managed to get moved to next week. And it was, where are you? Let me look at my threads. Gecko Gods. Gecko Gods we're doing next week. But, you know, in a lot of situations, they were like, we get it. It's, you know, shit happens and it's an emergency, but we do have a window for this campaign. You know, it's nobody's fault. It just is what it is. Come back, money. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes shit goes haywire, you know. Sometimes you are living in unprecedented times and then the unprecedented times just never end and you adjust. But for right now, it's 20 degrees. The difference is insane. The difference is insane. So I'm gonna just absorb it while I can and enjoy. I got soaked with rain this morning at work. My sister-in-law, so in Oregon, not my sister-in-law, oh my god. My niece, what the fuck happened to me there? My niece, my whole family lives in Oregon. My niece texted and was like, "We've also had a little heat wave and it just started pouring rain and it's the best thing ever." And I was like, "Send it to me. Send me the rain." Anyways, we can talk about other stuff. We don't have to keep talking about the weather. I'm so sorry. It's just we're all obsessed with it right now. We're all obsessed with it right now because we're all miserable. And sometimes it feels better to just know that everybody's fighting it at the same time. Oh my goodness, but yeah, we're gearing up for the last couple weeks of school. So we're going to be in we're going to be on summer schedule then. Like summer break schedule. So in England they have like 2 months off from school. Um so again, we've tried to make it now where I still start stream at the same time. So even when she's home and a break is happening, I will still be starting stream at the same time, but during breaks typically I won't I'll end earlier. Did your in-laws get the plushies? Um I don't know that they would want one. I don't know that they would want one. Not really the vibe of their home, to be honest. Yeah, I'll just sneak one in because they've got like a whole section that's toys for the kids. So I'll just sneak a mini mushie in there. Maybe their vibe sucks. Dang. The children are gonna invade my work. School's gonna be out, and the children will appear. When we were heading to London, we saw gaggles of people wearing sequined mini skirts. Gaggles. So many of them. I was like, Sam, is there a thing going on in London that requires a sequined mini skirt? And we never learned. We never knew. We didn't know. I was on the tube the other day and it was full of them. Just a bunch of people in mini skirts. Like bright sparkly mini skirts. Not just mini skirts. They couldn't just be plain ones. They were all like so bright and beautiful and sparkly. And I was like, is this just on trend right now? But keep in mind, we were on the train at 10 a.m. I was like, I don't think this feels like nighttime garb. Either nighttime garb or like I'm going to a specific thing that has the sequin vibe. And I don't know what was going on there. Maybe good against the heat. I can't imagine that's true. Heat reflection tech. How is London? I'm heading down next weekend for a museum run. So if when you go there it is high heat, I will tell you, because it's a city with tall buildings, there's no wind. So that was the biggest problem, was no breeze, I think. Bring a little hand fan if you can. If you're planning on using the underground as well. There was one, we went on the tube a decent amount and mostly it was fine, but there was one that we got on near the end of the day when we were trying to get home and it was fully like packed in like sardines. And I was thinking to myself, if I was elderly, this would be bad. Because it was so hot and people were completely crammed in there. It was bad, man. So yeah, bring a fan, have water. There won't be any breeze. There won't be any breeze, unfortunately. So Yeah, if you have to dip into a building that's a bit cooler, do it. And bring a hand fan, but not for the heat, just to flip open and look slay. Honestly, there was a girl, it was kind of iconic. There was a girl on the underground with, I assume, her boyfriend. They were being very touchy with each other. And he at some point did this to her, like with his hand. Like he was like playing with her hair and whatever. And she was like, hee hee hee. And then he like did this to try and like fan her. And she reached into her back pocket, pulled out a fan and went, I was like, damn. She was like, I don't need that. It looked very cool at the time. But it was still cute, you know, that the partner she was there with was like, I'm worried you're uncomfortable. And she was like, babe, don't worry. I got this. So yeah, cute. Sam doesn't need to step up at all because we crammed ourselves into this train, not train, into like the subway. And there were so many people that I couldn't reach anything. And he like pulled me in, was like, hold on to me. I was like, okay. So I was holding on to him because I couldn't reach any of the bars because there were too many people. It was very cute. But I kept worried I was going to knock him over. And he was like, how strong do you think you are? It was like a diss, but it was also like, stop worrying about it. Just hold on. I'm trying to keep you from dying. What a Chad. I know. Sam rizzing up the underground. That's true also. Sometimes there are just so many people that you're like, I don't think I could fall over if I tried. I would bump into a bunch of people and it would be really annoying, but like I don't think I could fully fall over, really. Oh, last time on the tube, a couple were sitting opposite sides. Each had an earbud in and they were lip sync duetting each other really sassily. That's so cute, man. From here? Are you getting scared because the sun is coming out? Is that what you're saying? I have no control. She's a fickle mistress. The sun comes out whenever she feels. Yeah, the sun is inevitable, unfortunately. Oh, oh my gosh. I'm yawning so much. Sorry, gang. I had to get up at 6 o'clock to run an errand this morning. An errand that I totally forgot to tell Sam about. So he was just like chilling in his office watching Evo. And I got up at 6 a.m. My kid was still passed out. And I was like, hey, I have to go do a thing. He was like, what? On Sunday? Yes. Goodbye. Yeah, this is a much cooler day. Sorry, we've doubled back around to weather now. This is a much cooler day. The We're doing this now. Yeah, we have I think one of the things that's been really hard is there are a couple of spaces in our house that have like a lot of windows. which is really nice most of the time, but right now sucks. And there's no blinds, there's no nothing. So we're having to just like cover the windows with just stuff, you know? Yesterday I was up at 6 to mow the yard. Yeah. Sam's been taking Peachy out at like 5 a.m. Oh my gosh. Reflecting window stickers is a good call. I do like window stickers. I've become a fan. I've become a fan of like window decals and things like that. They're fun. Although I have a hard time remembering to take them off if they're seasonal. We still have ghosts on our windows from Halloween. I was making fun of myself for leaving them up. And I can't remember who. Somebody in the family was like, I guess they're summer ghosts now. I was like, that's right. We still have our tree up. What are you going to do? Look at us. Oh my God. Okay. I think we're fine. Jesus. Sorry, guys. That was nasty. No, I had like phlegm sitting right here at the back of my throat and it was driving me crazy. Do you ever miss friend zone days? I know your life is amazing now. The era of YouTube was so good. I do. I specifically really miss the office, being in the office with like Jesse and all them. Uh that was awesome. When I got pregnant, I was like, "Oh my gosh. It's going to be so nice to just like be home for a while, you know?" But I really miss. It felt that was very like best of both worlds, I think. It was like I'm still doing a job where I'm fully in control, where I determine everything that I work on and when and how, but I still have like the work life experience of like going somewhere to work and having people there that I enjoy being around and stuff. So I miss that. I would say that's the well, I really miss that, and I really miss like early TGS days when it was just a bunch of us like, what fucked up sketch can we make this week? Because that shit was so fun, dude. All of that stuff I think has been scrubbed. Yeah. Jesse and Octo and them just like walking in and goofing. It was so fun. I loved that. I don't think anyone's in those offices anymore. No. Um, no one that I know, anyway. Yeah. Yeah. And I think, true to their question, they acknowledge, like, I know your life's awesome right now, but, you know, it can be both. It can be both. You could say, I love my life now. I love the direction my life has gone in. I'm very grateful for everything that I have, but I am still nostalgic for moments in my life, for sure. I was talking about that with my kid because there's like a thing they're doing at school that she's really nervous about. She was like, I'm like really excited about it, but I also feel really anxious about like these things. And I was like, it's totally okay to sit with yourself and be like, both are true. You know? Be like, I'm really excited to do this thing. I think it's gonna be really fun and I'm gonna have a good time. But also, I'm still nervous about some stuff. You know, both can be true, and that's fine, you know. And you can have moments when you're doing a thing where you can be like, I'm having a lot of fun, but also I'm sad. You can be both, you know? And sometimes it's easier to keep enjoying yourself if you acknowledge both. Gonna be real, I think I made too much pasta. Leftovers, vet. Too much for leftovers? Surely not. Yes. Oh. Pasta salad. I've been doing the pasta salad thing a lot this last week. Yeah, it's because everything goes back to the weather. Just for a split second, but like you take a shower and you're immediately greasy again. You know? So I'll get out of the shower. My hair will look the way that I want my hair to look. And then I get sweaty and I just put it up and then it gets greasy almost immediately. I'm like, all right, we're just gonna do this then. Time it until the next weather mention. Albie, no. Also, yes, to the person who asked, we have played some Mecha Chameleon. I don't think I've streamed any of it. I think all of the Mecha Chameleon that I've played has been off of my stream. But it's really fun. I don't think I've been dry since last week. Anyone have good tips for food in the heat? It's tough to have an appetite right now. Picky plates. Picky plates. 100%. We are surviving on picky plates. You could also call them charcuterie boards if you want, but I think that's too fancy for what we're doing. Picky plate is like stuff to pick at. Cold meats, cheeses, sliced up vegetables, olives, stuff to pick at, crackers. Grab a plate. What have you got in the fridge? Just put some shit on the plate. You know? Yeah. That's also like my perfect breakfast. I have breakfasts like that a lot where it's like, okay, slice of bread, a little bit of whatever cheese we have in the fridge, a bunch of chopped up veggies, and that's it, you know? But yeah. Fruit. Fruit can go on a picky plate. Trust me. Make the picky plate. Also, if you want a better name, if you're like, picky plate sounds weird, not into that, but charcuterie board also sounds too intense. What about, my kid's been trying this one out, charcuterie board. Charcuterie board is good. Oh my god, pickled onions. I put pickled onions on my picky plates always. The snack slab. Love that. Yes. Yes, we've been getting little mini watermelons and chopping them up and chomping those as well. Bye, Forecast Gray. Mm-hmm. We have grapes and apples in the freezer right now. That's also nice. Yeah, basically avoid cooking as much as possible. Don't cook stuff. What can you eat raw? Eat that. What was already cooked and can now be eaten cold? Do that. Dips? Are you a dipping person? Get some dips. Some hummus. Oh my god, Vet, I was literally talking with Sam about this. We both got cold coffees when we were waiting for our train, and a lady walked by with a hot coffee in her hand, and Sam was like, "You got to be some kind of psycho to be drinking a hot coffee in this weather." And I was like, "Well, there is some science, I guess. I couldn't tell you what science, but apparently hot drinks can be helpful in the heat, blah blah blah." And he was like, "That's not enough to convince me to ever get a hot drink." I was like, "Me neither." I'm just telling you that there is a case to be made for having hot soup, hot coffee, whatever, when it's really hot out, because potentially you won't feel the discrepancy quite so much. I don't know. Something, bullshit, something. I don't know. You'd have to look it up. And he was like, "I don't care. I will still be eating and drinking cold things." Again, I don't know if that science is real. Which I did say to Sam. And I am saying to you now, look it up for yourself. No idea. But this is the information that people will say sometimes to say you should eat hot stuff when it's hot. But then where's the relief? Are you telling me I need a slow burn relief? You eat the hot thing and you're miserable, but then later maybe you feel better? No, thank you. Vindaloo weather. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe Asia's got it figured out, dude. Can tomato soup be served straight from the can? Does it need to be heated up? No. It doesn't need to be heated up. No. You can just gazpacho it if you want, I think. I feel sorry for all the people who need to work in the heat waves. Me too. Me too, because it's got to be miserable unless you're in like a grocery store where it's brisk. I don't miss that at all. It was miserable. Yeah, I've only worked through one heat wave, but I don't think it was anything like this. It was when I was working at the salon, the spa, sorry. I was working at a spa and I was in charge of the tanning beds, and the room that the tanning beds were in when it was really hot outside was like me silently judging people that came in to use the tanning bed when it was hot as fuck outside. It's like, brother, choose a different day. I cannot believe. Yeah. A recycling place was closed because of the heat. I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. We have a I'm trying to think. 'Cause we don't go to the tip that often because it's not a fun drive. But it's got to be nasty out there. This Duke's got a side hustle at the tanning beds. Why is she judging? Because I know it was my job, but like having to go into the tanning bedroom, the building already did not have AC. So having to go into this disgusting room to clean the tanning beds every time somebody used it, I was like, please use the tanning bed another day. I'm begging you. I don't want to be in here. It's so nasty. Anyway, that was a weird job. That was one of those jobs where my boss would constantly be right here watching me work to make sure I was doing my work properly. And I wanted to be like, why did you hire me? If you don't think I can do this job, why did you hire me? It seems like you could do this job if you're able to just stand behind me constantly. Drove me crazy. And if I didn't clean a tanning bed quick enough, she'd be like, what are you doing? They haven't even left the building yet. I know. Backseat bosses. Yeah, she was very micromanagey. She also would very openly talk about all of the people that she's sued in her life, which was so weird. She was like, I love America because you can sue anybody. We're like, okay. Very weird. She was a very weird boss. It's so strange. She tripped outside and fell into a ditch. And she came to work and she was like, do you guys think that I could, like, who would I need to go after about potentially breaking my leg in the ditch? And we were like, you didn't break your leg. It was crazy. It was crazy. Who can I sue about this? Literally, we were like, girl, you have to settle down. Anyways. She had a very successful spa somehow. She had a really successful spa. And everybody else that worked there was so nice. It was like her and then 2 other masseuses. And then I was working the front desk and cleaning the tanning beds. She was a nightmare. She was such a nightmare. I was like, how do you have such lovely people working here? Yeah, I was like, I guess she's really good at massage therapy. She must be. Some say she still sues to this day. Hi, Zig. Are tanning beds still legal in the US? Are they illegal in places? I haven't heard about tanning beds becoming illegal. They're definitely still legal in the United Kingdom. Whoa, I had no idea. Well, I know they're really bad for you. Don't worry, gang. I know that. I did used to use them when I was younger. I'll admit. I did used to use them when I was younger because I had really bad eczema all over my legs. And the only thing that could get rid of it was if they were in the sun. But I was in Oregon and we didn't have the sun very often. So I started using tanning beds to help my eczema, and it did help. So there are benefits. I don't think they outweigh the negatives, but yeah, I just kind of tried it because I noticed that um my legs were always better after summer, basically. We would go to Lake Tahoe every summer and we would spend a lot of time outside. And I realized that my legs always got way better um when I had been outside. So I was like, I'm gonna try using tanning beds and see if my legs improve. And they did. I'm going through blue light therapy for my eczema right now. Been going for 1.5 months. Oh, I'm only there for like 4 minutes tops. Has it helped? Have you noticed anything yet? Oh, yeah, Lake Tahoe's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. My auntie lived there my whole life growing up. Um, she inherited my grandfather's cabin that he bought out there a million years ago, you know. Um, so we visited every single summer because my mom spent all of her summers there. So it was like, I don't know, it was really special and nice. But it's great. Yeah, it's lovely out there. It helps a shit ton. My skin isn't as raw. I do have to apply sunscreen to some areas because it'll get a bit burnt. Interesting. The birds are so chatty today. Is the phlegm caused by the heat? My phlegm? Um, I I don't know why. I don't know if it's from like sleeping in a room with a fan fully blasting for a couple of nights, but I got what felt like a really obnoxious head cold for like 2 days. It's mostly gone away, but occasionally I'll be like, ugh. My phlegm? You can't talk about my phlegm. Yeah, it's just residual garbage. Fancy that to me too. Well, sometimes it's hard to tell, right? Because you wake up and you're like, holy shit, my throat hurts so bad. And after you've been up for a bit, it doesn't really hurt anymore. And you go, okay, I guess that's from the fan. But I had a full day where I was like, my throat feels like shit. And by the next day, it was mostly fine. So it's like, I don't know, maybe I just like really fucked it up for one day, one exclusive day. This summer's cursed. I had my first flare up of asthma since I was like 15. No. My kid has had a nosebleed almost every night. She used to get nosebleeds all the time when she was little. And the heat has given her like constant nosebleeds. I feel so bad. I had worries my balcony garden would wither away, but I just watered my plants and I spotted my first tomato. Yay! It beat the odds. I've had hives every night. Bro, what's happening to us? Holds everyone's hands. Are we okay? Yeah, I've sort of sporadically watered my potatoes. I'm scared. I mostly planted them just like to put something in the dirt, you know? But I've grown fond of them. I hope they're okay. I haven't had the heart to check because I did not water them yesterday. Too bloody warm, so true. Oh my gosh, by the way, I pushed through the book series Dungeon Crawler Carl. Everybody kept saying that audiobooks are so good of that. I listened to the beginning of the first book and it didn't like really grab me, so I stopped for a really long time. And then yesterday on the way home, Sam was falling asleep in the car, so I was like, I'll put it back on because I've got like 50 minutes of driving. So I put it back on and I sort of pushed through the start of it. It is not a kid's series, no. No, not at all. The concept of it is like aliens. I think I'm at the point in the book that I'm at right now. It's one of those like you just are unsure whether or not to take the information you're given at face value. But aliens maybe come to Earth and suddenly like almost everything is destroyed. And Dungeon Crawler Carl and we are following a dude named Carl who just got broken up with, I think, with his girlfriend, but his girlfriend's out of town and left her cat behind, her cat Princess Donut behind. And so he's like, I guess I'm taking care of this fucking cat until she gets back and we can like break up properly, right? But then the end of the world happens essentially. And there's like a God mic voice that's like, hey, so sorry about all of this, but any of you guys who are left still alive, if you can find an entrance into the dungeon, then you can play our game and maybe stay alive. So a lot of it is very it's very like trapped in a video game sort of vibes. Carl, of course, manages to get into the dungeon. And a lot of the I'll just tell you this now because in case you also get stuck, push through. It is a really fun read. But the whole beginning of it is basically like they give Carl like a video game overlay in his life. And he's part of like this fucked up game that aliens are playing with him and millions of other humans that manage to live. And so there's a long period of time where they're like explaining the game. And yeah. And a lot of it, if if you've watched any solo leveling, Sword Art Online, like any shit that's like you're living your normal life, but you've got a HUD for some reason, and you've got health, and you get loot boxes, and like it's that, but they have to explain all of it in the book. So once you get past that, the series is called Dungeon Crawler Carl. I believe. Hold on, let me just triple check that actually. Yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm on the first book. The audiobook's fantastic. The guy that they got to do the audiobook is so good. It's like the perfect tone for it. But yeah. You have to kind of sit through the like explanation of how the dungeon works, how the game works, what NPCs are, all of that. But once you get past that, the actual conceit of it is fun. It's very fun. It's just a dude and a cat. It's a dude and his ex-girlfriend's cat that get trapped in a fucked up alien game. And it's fun. The books become more enjoyable once they meet more people. The beginning is fine, but not great. Yeah. I started to become much more interested when like they introduced Mordecai, who's like one of the first characters that Carl actually gets to talk to. But again, it's like deep in the like tutorial part of the thing. And I was like, okay, I really like Mordecai, but can we I need this to move along. But I realize if you're not a gamer or if you haven't interacted with lit like this, it's you need this, right? You need the information that it gives. So yeah. But it is helpful when it's an audiobook then, because it just kind of naturally pushes past that, right? You just kind of like passively listen. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, because last time somebody asked me if I had read the books, and I said that I bought the first book and I accidentally bought it in French. And then everybody was like, the audiobooks are better. So I got the audiobook and I listened to the first like half an hour and checked out. So I got back in and I'm enjoying myself. And you are not the first person to say the beginning in general is not nearly as strong as that. You can tell it's doing a good job of setting up things where you're like, that's going to be a problem later. There's been plenty of stuff set up already where I'm like, this is really going to fuck them over later. How do you buy a book in the wrong language? I don't know, because I didn't do it on purpose. So no, I don't know, dude. Anywho, it's time for me to wrap up. But thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Again, Mini Mushy has a campaign going on Makeship. If you would like one of your own, she's got a sign that says you're doing great, but maybe that's not really your vibe, and you'd prefer that she had a sign that says everything's awful. It's reversible, so match your vibe, man. But yeah, we're over 50% funded. Thank you guys. It's only been up for a couple of days, so I'm delighted. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Oh, that's so cool. I got logged out. Let's see. Oh, yes! OBS had a Twitch activity feed that I could pop out. Let's go. Let's go. And let's grab the things that I typically shout out. There we go. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. And I'm very sorry that last week we weren't able to stream very much. Everything was awful here. Everything was awful here, but you know, we're just doing our best. And I hope if you are also in a place where it's sweaty or nasty in some way, or part of the world's dealing with like horrendous earthquakes, like it's just, I hope everybody's just staying safe. Wizardy Sloth, thank you for the 113. PZN for the 113 as well. Thank you guys. Chikauku for the 99. Zephyrus 1 for the 10 years. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. Fedori for the 77 and Saden for the 10 years as well. Thank you so much. Happy anniversary. 10 years is crazy, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Alrinth, thank you for the 111. Olivier for the gifted sub to free. Thank you so much. Duonico for the 64. Cynical Singer for the 96. James Wargull for the 119. Arnar for the 127. Asher Lee for the 118, Street Viking for the 96, Jahome for the 66, Vet for the 54, Jetpack Paul for the 69, Raging Pixel for the 116, Catus Magus for the 76, Alicia Nat for the 92, and Firestorm for the 74. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, right. It logged me out. Who's streaming? You don't even need to use channel points. Who's streaming right now? Who's stream? They're the same picture. Ectrix, who is that? Hold on. Bop, 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 bop. A VTuber playing Ratchet and Clank. That was the first one I saw. Here we go. Oops. Oh, somebody did raid leader, but I'll give your points back because I said that you didn't need to use them. Go say hi, spread love and joy. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully for a perfectly normal stream. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.